and welcome to episode 46 of Not Quite Nerds. That means we're 6 away from a whole year of
That's
Not Quite Nerds.
insane.
That is pretty crazy, right? That's like, I know.
I'm so proud of us, though.
Me too. I mean, us.
I mean, us, not Luch.
No. I feel like he's been in about 6 episodes.
I've traveled the world during this year, and I still showed up to more episodes.
I mean, the issue you've got there is you don't look like you're an illegal immigrant trying to smuggle fentanyl into the country, unlike
Right.
Luch. Yeah.
Right. Dozer.
Right, just because Luch isn't here and Dozer's not here doesn't mean you can be barking. Okay, Frankie? That's Holly awake. So that's why Frankie's just gone. Oh, fuck's that nice. Yes, so episode 46. Wow. That's more episodes than I am years of life.
I was going to say, isn't that your age?
Yeah, no. Sorry, to be accurate, it would be that. Right? It's my age plus that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Hey, what can I say? You know, I'd love to be a 50-year-old producing a fantastic podcast for older people who love nerdy stuff. I mean, us. Let's not lie. By the time we get to 50, that's us.
You're going to be their ages before me.
Yeah, but you know what? You'll still catch up.
God willing.
God willing. True. God willing. On this week's show, I'm going to talk about Pokemon all the time because Jack's decided he's interested in Pokemon cards. And so my algorithm on TikTok is now Pokemon. So I'm lying. I'm not going to talk about Pokemon. I want to talk about anything but Pokemon. But I am Pokemoned out. I can tell you values of cards that we don't have. But, you know, I feel like it's going to be my next adventure is going to be Pokemon cards.
Yeah.
No, we do.
I still had my Pokemon cards. My mom threw them away. So, I had all the original, like what is it, Gen 1.
Yeah.
And I said to my mom recently, I was like, you know, those be actually worth money now. And she goes, but would they really? Like your Beanie Babies? I'm like, no, these are actually worth money now.
I mean, even it's wild to see. You see, like, I said I wasn't going to talk about this, but you see it on social media where people are opening packs, and you know, cards are worth $3 or $4. Just a really basic card because people love the characters, and anything that's Charizard or Charmander or Charmeleon, is that the other one? Yeah, huge. They're the ones that people really, really want. So you're absolutely right. You probably would have had those, and you would have been.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I had a shiny Charizard. No, who's the big one? Yeah, Charizard.
Yeah, Charizard.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I had a shiny one.
It's big money.
I know. That's thanks, Mom.
That could have been this month's bills paid one Pokemon card. Crazy. It's a crazy world. There's literally a video where there's a girl walking around and she's got a $52,000 Pokemon card or something ridiculous like that on
it. They could have retired on Pokemon cards.
They could have retired on Pokemon cards. There we go. That's the way it is. Anyway, no more Pokemon. We've got loads to talk about anyway. So, where are we going to go? We're going to start with Mallory's Marvel Madness. Where did you get to this week? And what have you been watching?
It was an X-Men week.
It was an X-Men week. I like it.
And so I watched, which would I watch first? I watched New Mutants. And then I watched Logan.
Okay.
And I hadn't seen the New Mutants since the first time I watched it.
I haven't seen the New Mutants. I have not seen New Mutants.
I feel like it got a lot of shit when it first came out, but I happened to enjoy it.
I think it was that weird one. I think it came out just as the X-Men went back to Marvel. So it was that weird thing where like it was in production for years. Is it what's her face from Game of Thrones in it?
Yeah, Maisie Williams.
Yeah, I was going to say Maisie Williams. I was like, shit, is she Maisie Williams? Am I just making that name? It's Maisie. Anyway, Maisie Williams is in it. And I remember it didn't get like the big push that it probably should have got because Marvel, like the whole X-Men rights thing was taking place at that time. So
But
It's
it's
quite
not just Maisie Williams. It's her. It's Jonathan from Stranger Things
okay.
and Anya Taylor-Joy.
All right, a pretty good cast in the scale of things.
I know. So
What the irony of that is, Maisie Williams is probably now the lowest ranked star on that list,
yeah,
and she was
that's
the headline.
yeah.
Okay, what did you think of it? Tell me about it. What happens in it? What's the situation?
So it's it I was trying to figure out where it fit within the timeline. Like I know it definitely took place after like the X-Men movies, but I was trying to figure out which X-Men timeline it took place in. Because basically at the time that wait, no, now am I now confusing it with Logan? No, I'm confusing with Logan. Because I was gonna say at the time there wasn't that many like people turning into mutants, but that's Logan. But it's also kind of like moving into that direction also because this was essentially like supposed to be a hospital for mutant kids so they could help like hone their skills in a safe space where they can't harm anybody. Um, and but then it turns out it's not all is not what it seems.
Okay.
Um, and so we spoke about it probably one of our first podcasts about what makes a good like superhero movie. And we said a good superhero movie is a movie. It's not about a superhero. It's some other genre with a superhero.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's what New Mutants is trying to do. I think it was trying to be a horror movie with superheroes. And I love a horror movie, as we know. Um, I felt like the horror aspect was lacking, but the mutancy aspect was great.
Yeah.
Um, but I liked that, and I actually don't know if we have any other like horror movies on my Marvel list.
Uh, Werewolf by Night plays into the horror genre, but
No.
in a much more 1930s style horror. It wouldn't stand up to today's horror. And then you've still got Fantastic Four 2005 and Fantastic Four Rise of the Silver Surfer to watch, so they're pretty horrific in the scale of things. No, there isn't anything that really fits into that. I suppose the closest thing would be sort of Agatha all along.
But that's like campy horror.
It is, but it probably plays to the horror tropes a little bit more. It'd be cool to see
Like this
more of
was
that.
like like this was like jump scare.
Yeah.
Which I love a good jump scare. But as somebody who doesn't get scared watching horror movies and always tries to find the next biggest, scariest movie, this didn't scare me. So like I felt the horror was lacking, but it probably would terrify Luch.
So I was just checking it out there because I thought I was going to say something and I wanted to check it before I said it. But horror movie wise, DC's always been better for that. DC's always been the darker, edgy universe, and sort of Swamp Thing has always played into that genre. We've got Constantine, which the news is looking like Keanu Reeves is back for Constantine 2.
Oh, amazing.
So that must be 25 years after the original. We might well be getting more of that.
I gotta say, I like the new Constantine actor, the one from the TV show.
Yeah.
Who is he? Is he actually a British guy?
He's Welsh.
Of
Pretty
course
sure
he
he's
is.
Welsh.
Matt Ryan.
Yeah, he was the one that we talked about
Welsh.
previously because was it when we talked about Constantine? Maybe we talked about him, but he was also a voice in Assassin's Creed Black Flag, the pirate game.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But yes,
I like him.
Yeah, he was
if
good.
He could like pop into the Keanu Reeves Constantine. Like he doesn't have to be Constantine, but I feel like it'd be a fun little nod.
Oh yeah, I like it. I like that idea. So back to New Mutants. So horror-esque, but not horror enough for you. But
right, I wasn't sitting there with like my hands behind, in front of my face, and but it was still enjoyable.
Yeah, I remember going to the cinema to watch The Nun. I think it was the first Nun movie, and knowing when the jump scares were coming, and watching other people in the audience, because you like. I've watched enough horror movies. I know what this is. I'm waiting the crescendo and the music. We're building to that, and you're just waiting, and you're looking around. You're like, they're gonna jump. And I remember that film in particular. 2 guys jumped out of their seats, full on out of their seats. It's a good horror movie, so you want a jump scare.
That true, so true.
Um,
But what I enjoyed about the New Mutants is that I think we got introduced to literally new mutants, like ones that we really hadn't seen, and we hadn't seen that mutation before, like in any of the X-Men movies. So I also enjoyed like that introduction.
yeah,
Just
expanding, expanding that universe. I'm going to go close the kitchen
yeah.
door. Shh. Sit down. You leave Holly alone. Yeah. She lives here. You don't.
The other thing I thought was interesting about it, and I'm assuming they did it on purpose, but I don't know if they did, is that so the main character is a Cheyenne Native American, and in the beginning of the movie and at the end of the movie talks about this like story about how there are two bears inside of you, and the one you feed is the one that like wins or whatever, and the good bear and the bad bear. And if you remember, that's the same story that you would hear in the beginning and the end of the Wolverine. um but instead of it being bears, it's there's two wolves inside of you. And so I thought that was a kind of interesting, but I enjoyed the
Cool.
parallel.
Another cool nod.
Yeah,
Yeah. Okay. And what would you rate it? So, out of our usual scores of 10.
I'm gonna give it a 7.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's a decent score.
Yeah.
Is it crucial? Is it something people, if they've not watched,
No,
they should look out before we get further into the list? Is it something that you think might have an impact as we come through to
I don't think it's gonna have any impact on where we're
Doomsday?
going.
Yeah.
I don't think so at all, but I would have enjoyed if they had expanded it more or
Yeah.
they came back.
Okay.
But
And they were ultimately, as we've said, a casualty of the ongoing cinematic rights.
yeah,
One of those things that sort of fell by the wayside. And then, of course, Logan, which I have not seen since. I don't know, I watched it in the cinema when it first came out, and I've watched it again maybe a couple of times since. But such a great movie.
yeah. I actually don't think I liked it the first time I watched it because I think I only
Okay,
saw it once. 'Cause I don't think I enjoyed it
okay,
at the time. Um, and rewatching it, I know why I didn't like it the first time, but
which
I
is
think now I just felt like it was such like a I don't know, like a downplay for Wolverine. Like he'd kind of like given up and that had never really been Wolverine. Like he gives up, but never to this extreme.
mhm,
But I think rewatching it this time with in the context of everything, especially like when you're thinking about all he's gone through, how long he's lived, all he's lost, and now this is what I was misremembering, that there really haven't been New Mutants. The school is over. Like, what does he have to live for?
and he's seen it all
Yeah,
before. Like he's been through all of these cycles, so the different
yeah,
cycles with, he's lived that much longer, and he's been through those things. So he's
yeah.
definitely broken, and then he meets the hope
Right.
for the
His
future.
daughter.
Yeah, and he realizes that's his purpose, that's his priority, and it's interesting because it is that reflection on parenthood, and you know people going through life and enjoying life, and then you have kids, and you're like, shit, this is different, but now I've got a different purpose. It changes you, it focuses your purpose. It's definitely got that about it. Yeah. And it plays into Deadpool and Wolverine.
Yeah, yeah. I can't especially now that I rewatched it, can't wait to rewatch Deadpool and Wolverine with this recent
Son of
recent
a
rewatch.
bitch.
But I
Ah,
forgot Stephen Merchant is in it.
yep, yep.
Completely forgot about that. Also, I don't know if I picked up or if I picked up on it, I forgot about it. The fact that it was Not vibranium. What's inside of him?
Oh my god. Oh my god. Why is that? I'm just totally. You said vibranium. That was the issue there, wasn't it?
I know, because it's not vibranium.
And now all I can think of is titanium, and it's not that.
It's also not albumin, because that's not a metal.
Adamantium.
That one.
Yep. Yeah.
That's killing him. I don't
Yeah.
think I realized that the first time.
Yeah, no, it's always been poisoning him. It's
Yeah.
always been the thing, is it's poisoning him, and the problem he's got is because he regenerates, it's that endless cycle, and it's slowed it right down. And that's
Yeah.
part of sort of why they put it in him, is because they can't put it in other people because it kills them. But they put it in Wolverine because his healing factor allows him to continuously heal from it. So,
Bastards.
sons of bitches.
Fucking
Goddamn
Stryker.
sons of bitches. I know, right? Just keeps coming back. Various different people, various different actors, various different roles, but he just keeps coming back. It's almost like General Ross in the Marvel universe.
Maybe next time Stryker will be Harrison Ford.
Hey, Harrison Ford is definitely in that sort of third arc of his career where suddenly people like really enjoy working with him, and he's not the grumpy man that everybody thought he was. Yeah,
I feel like he wanted everyone to think he was a grumpy man.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. Like that is exactly what he wanted, and now he's been found out because he's worked with Jason Segel, who's like, "Oh my god, this guy's a dream."
Yeah.
But hey, I think it's great because ultimately, would we have ever seen Harrison Ford do TV before? No, not a chance. But now TV's become more respected, long form art. People realize they can tell better stories. We had this conversation the other day about the new Harry Potter. Gemma said it's not going to be as good as the original. I was like, oh no, hate to say it, but I think it might be better because 10 episodes is a better way to tell a story than 2.5 hours. So I think, as long as it's done well.
It's going to take over, though. I think there's going to be a lot of us that will always say the movies were better, even though the TV show allows you to dive further into the stories just due to the nostalgia.
Yeah. Yeah. And I mean, we've talked about the controversy around Snape being black and how that just makes Harry a racist now. Why don't you like him?
Stupid. He's so mean to kids. Doesn't matter the color of your skin. You can't be a dick to kids.
No, but it is all the way through. It's like, Harry, why don't you like Snape? And he's just like, I don't know. There's just something about him. And you're like, it's a race thing now. Before it wasn't so much of an issue, but now it's like, I don't like him. Why don't you like him? I don't know. I can't tell you why I don't like him. I just don't. And then,
but Snape's so mean to him. Just because he can't put into words because Harry's kind of stupid.
James hangs him from a tree. I mean, that scene's going to look slightly different when we get to
Maybe we don't show that scene in the TV show.
Or maybe they're just thinking, we can bring a whole new audience to Harry Potter this way. Maybe
nobody cares and they're just doing it because it's money.
Maybe. Okay. Logan, score.
I'm gonna give it a 6.5.
6.5. Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, that's rating it better than Luke Cage.
Shock.
Better than Luke Cage, or better than Dark Phoenix. I mean, it proves that the X-Men peaks and troughs and all that.
Yeah.
Better than Cloak and Dagger.
Shock. Better than Elektra.
Well, great. I still think you were being harsh on Elektra. I think there's like personal skin in the game because she broke our friend Ben's heart, and so you're
not my friend Ben. I would actually take her side over his any day.
Really? Oh well.
Yeah.
Oh well.
Girls supporting girls.
Say nothing. Okay. You said you wanted to talk about the Doctor Who news. You've clearly come dressed for it.
Good afternoon, my lady. Topping day, what? Spiffing. Top hell.
No, don't do that. Don't.
All right, so Doctor Who. So, okay, I have questions for you because I still don't really understand how the BBC works. Um, so initially, they'd announced there's gonna be a Christmas special this year, and that's been canceled. And Russell T Davis has already said like they didn't like write it. They've never cast the next Doctor, so like I'm fine. Like having hope for a Christmas special, I can deal with. I can deal with that disappointment of being canceled. Not the first time, certainly won't be the last time. But then they also announced they're tendering it to other, I guess, producers. And like you explained to me that that's kind of like another partnership or whatever. But everything I've seen now online is like Doctor Who is canceled. And maybe it's just my like not like no knowledge of the BBC. But does that mean it's canceled?
No, it means so. The way the BBC works is the BBC is obviously publicly funded. We all pay a license fee here in the UK, which is effectively a mandated legal subscription set by the government. It was subscription service way before subscription service, but with that we get certain culpabilities, as such as, you know, rightly or wrongly, they have to, the BBC, if they put somebody on the news, they have to give a balanced argument. So they have to give the opposite side. So when we had the Brexit vote, there was a TV show called Newsnight. There is a TV show called Newsnight, and they had to find an economist that agreed with Brexit. Now, disagreed with Brexit. They phoned 150 economists who all disagreed with it and said it would be terrible. But according to the remit, they have to find somebody to balance that argument out. So they eventually found somebody who agreed with it. And on the night, it looks like, well, it's a 50-50 split. But actually, the researchers spent days and days and days and days looking for somebody who could disagree. And that's all part of the BBC remit. They have to give a balanced argument. If I give you time, I have to give your opponent the same amount of time, or at least offer them the right to do that. So it's the idea of giving that balancing. When it comes to funding programs, they can't just go, well, our budget this year is 500 million and we need to put 100 million aside for Doctor Who. They have to be able to see to be fair and have to spread that out evenly, which means that when it comes to things like Doctor Who, maybe they can't offer it the budget they want to offer it. So they go to organizations who bring in part of that budget. So temporarily there was Disney. We saw that they were sort of doing that. The last season was Disney. But it's Bad Wolf that has been producing it as well, isn't it?
Yeah, and that's done.
Sorry?
And that's done too. That partnership is also now over.
Yeah, so Bad Wolf clearly have been producing it for a long time, and they've decided, for whatever reason, maybe they've got different projects they're working on, whatever's happened, they've decided to move on. So effectively, by putting it out to tender, what they're doing is they're looking for not a showrunner, but the person above the showrunner, a co-producer to work with the BBC, somebody who's going to be able to bring the money to make it what they want it to be. And somebody who's willing to take the responsibility as well that goes with it, which is probably where things get a bit more difficult for them.
So does that mean if they can't find anybody, it is effectively canceled?
I mean, how long was it between Doctor Who in the 80s and Doctor Who in the noughties?
89 to 2005.
Yeah, so we had a 16-year gap. Doesn't mean it's dead, right? Think about Bond. We've had this exact same situation with Bond, where we've had 5 or 6 years before somebody's been able to even discuss bringing forward a new James Bond. So there's those sorts of things where it doesn't mean it's cancelled. It just means it's on a hiatus until they find the right partnership, the right way to work. The fact that they've put it out to tender, I would imagine, means that there's a lot of people involved with them. There'll be a lot of interest in it. It's Doctor Who. It's a global brand.
Disney's not interested, obviously.
Yeah, and I don't know what Disney's choice is there. Was it a merchandise thing? You know, was the BBC like, no, we're not giving you merchandise rights, and Disney were like, well, that's what we want it. We don't want to just stream it on our service. We want, you know, or was it a case of the BBC were already in a contract with somebody for Doctor Who, as we've seen previously? So there's those issues, but we'll see. You know, it doesn't mean it's dead. It just means it's
sleeping.
Yeah.
Fine.
Doctor Who will be back. I'm confident enough to say that Doctor Who will be back. And failing that, there's a million comic books being produced
You know, I don't read the comic books. I don't listen to audiobooks. I just want to watch it on my
I'm
television.
interested to listen to the Christopher Eccleston audio stuff.
Nah.
I mean,
I just want
I'll
to
give
watch
you.
TV.
I'll give you 12 months before you're like, I'm consuming any Doctor Who I can possibly get. Somebody's done stickmen drawings on YouTube and put the audiobook over the top.
I mean, I guess I could use this opportunity to finally finish Classic Who.
I mean, there you go.
Yeah.
Finally get around to it. And there's a new episode thrown in there now.
I know.
So,
How about
chances
that?
there.
I'm going to keep my fingers crossed because I just want to know what happens. I just want to know who Nashuti generates into.
We'll get it. I don't doubt that we'll get it. You know, I did see a meme recently where they said was it 1989? There was I can't remember how they described it. There was a camp doctor, no, a Scottish doctor, who fought against whoever he fought in the last season, and it ended Doctor Who for 16 years. And Nashuti was a Scottish doctor who fought whatever villain it was, the same villain, and they're like, please don't let it be 16 years again. And I was just like, well, that's quite interesting that both have sort of reached that point, but it's the same villain and the Scottish doctor.
Yeah. I don't think I realized that Shooty's Scottish.
Yeah, he's from just across the water in Dunfermline. In fact, where my comic book shop.
Oh.
He's from Dunfermline originally. Yeah.
I liked him.
Yeah. I can't say that I've watched any of him, so.
No. How far did you get?
Not that far. Pretty much, I think when I stopped talking about it in here, I stopped.
But where was that?
Tenant.
You haven't even gotten to Matt Smith yet?
Oh, no, I was into Matt Smith. I was near the end of Matt Smith because I was edging in on Peter Capaldi.
So you you're with Clara?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. I can't remember what distracted me.
Life?
Smallville.
Yeah.
Marvel, Star Wars Rebels is the latest one, but that's only because I've been trying to get the kids to watch more Star Wars. And I was like, that's a good place to jump in. Young teenager. Yeah. You know, it's got some cool cameos in it too.
You got to get back into it.
Got to. I'll get there. I know I'll get there. Maybe one day one of the kids will pick it up.
Yeah. That's
where it goes. And then you had some other surprise news for us. So you had some surprise that you wanted to talk about. Go on.
I did. Guess what I did this weekend?
I'm going to guess you got Comic-Con tickets.
I got Comic-Con tickets.
Nice. What days?
Got a 4-day pass.
4-day pass. Ooh. You're going to be
a 4-day pass.
So exhausted. Ever.
20. No, I've gotten a 4-day pass.
You just didn't come.
I did.
I feel like you didn't do the Thursdays. You were always like, I can't take a Thursday. I can take a Friday from work. It's a long weekend, but Thursday's hard.
I did the 4-day pass. I want to say it was like 20. So you and I went 2015. And you came 2016.
Yeah.
Then were you there 2017?
No, I needed the 2.
I had a 4-day pass then.
Okay.
And then I think the following year, they got rid of the 4-day pass.
Yeah.
Because they were doing construction. So then I think 2018, 2019, I bought 4 single-day passes. Because there was a time where I was going all 4 days.
Nice.
And then COVID happened. And then I just started doing like 2 days.
What dates is it this year?
October 8th through 11th.
See, I could have done this year.
So there's I got the pre-sale. You can come for the regular sale.
There's no way I'm getting permission to come back to New York for a few days.
You literally just said I could go. I could have done it.
No, I mean birthday-wise. It's because Molly's...
Roll back the tape.
I know, but it's because Molly's birthday is the 12th, right? So I can't not be here for a birthday.
So just come the 8th to the 10th.
I know. But that's what I'm saying. It's normally what happens is it falls.
Yeah.
Her birthday's in there somewhere. So
bring Gemma. Like, leave the kids. Bring Gemma. You guys will be back.
Can you imagine Gemma at Comic-Con?
No. She doesn't have to come to Comic-Con. She can go to like the dance shop.
She wouldn't. She'd be bored. She'd be far too bored.
That's true. Or ask really nicely.
Yeah, well, we'll see. But if it's 8th to 11th this year, it means the weekend's passed. So I'll have a few years where the weekends, Molly's birthday's not going to fall in around Comic-Con. That's what I'm trying to say.
Okay, fine.
Maybe
Whatever.
next year we'll get tickets, press passes. Maybe I'll
I
apply.
bet last year.
Maybe I'll apply for press passes. And then you'll be like,
Next
fuck,
year,
I'll sell my 4-day ticket.
next year it's probably gonna be the 7th to the 10th.
Now we're talking, see? Now we've got Grace. I decided to. Yeah, see, now we're talking. Now we're talking. Yes, so you got your Comic-Con tickets. Is there any news on who's going to be there or what's happening as of yet now?
Not that I've seen, but to be fair, I have not looked. Let me look right now. But I don't think so. 'Cause usually
surely Doomsday is going to be a big presence there
probably.
in that build-up.
But
Or on
is,
WandaVision. Or not, Vision Quest.
it is the 20th anniversary of
Okay.
New York Comic-Con.
Okay.
So that'll be fun.
That will be fun.
Yeah. So let me see. I don't think they've announced anybody yet.
No.
Nope. So I don't know. Listen, I bought the 4-day pass. Am I going to go all 4 days? I haven't decided yet, but I wanted the option.
Yeah, fair. And it's a 4-day pass. The joy of a 4-day pass is you can come and go as you please.
Yeah.
You don't have to go and be there 8 until 12 every day. You can go and be like, actually, I'm only going to go for this panel at this time till this time, and then have a wander around the floor or something.
Right, or go back to work.
What did you do for your lunch day? Oh, I just went and checked out the Marvel panel.
I mean, they usually have CLEs at Comic-Con too. I could just be like, I went to go get my CLE.
Oh yeah, you could. Yeah, you've said that.
Yeah,
I like it. I like that idea. I was thinking Lanterns will be big, but it won't. But I'm going to call Supergirl as the cosplay of the year.
All right, we'll see. We will see. We were wrong about last year's cosplay.
We were, but I mean, I think Supergirl's fits right with the mold. But also, she's got the cool jacket, so it's not that sort of extrovert revealing. You know, it'll be that.
Yeah.
That cool look. Okay.
So I'm pumped. I'm excited.
I'm excited for you.
Thanks.
It's gonna be fun.
Arm and a leg. But also, I thought this was surprising. The VIP passes sold out first.
Okay.
And they were like 3 times the price of the 4-day pass.
I mean, I think any event at the moment, ticket prices have gone through the roof. Zach Bryan was here at Murrayfield, and 2 days before the event, they still had tickets available, and they were charging like 70 quid a ticket. And then I was in the gym an hour after the concert started, but obviously he's not on stage, and I was looking at tickets for 20-something pounds. So I think I'm going to play the same thing with Luke Combs, because Luke Combs is playing Murrayfield later in the summer, and I think I'm going to plan to go and sit outside and listen, because it's Luke Combs. It's not Taylor Swift. I don't necessarily have to see him. No. So he's going to sound the same. He just doesn't do the costume changes the same way that Taylor does. But worst case scenario, I'll sit outside and we'll see how low the ticket prices drop before we pick up a couple and go inside.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but the VIPs were $1,000.
Wow.
Yeah. I mean, it gets you like reserved seating, guaranteed access to all other panel rooms, other than like the Empire and main stage. First access to the separately ticketed event, first access to purchase autographs and photo ops, and first access to the show floor. And
so what I'm hearing here is first access to spending more money.
Right. Is that crazy?
That is crazy. That is absolutely crazy. I did see Warwick Davis had made the rounds about his lack of engagement and positivity at a Comic-Con signing event where somebody was asking questions, and he was like, somebody's just paid a lot of money to stand here and talk to you and get something signed and then get a picture with you. Like, put on the effort.
I think thinking about that earlier, though, probably last week, about if I was a content person, if I was somebody that like they were paying money to get my autograph or meet me or whatever, or my photo, I don't think I would charge what these celebrities are charging. Because if I was that type of person that like that people want to come see. I don't need that extra money.
I mean, so I think the issue here is Warwick Davis probably sets his prices, right? He's at that level. But I think, like, when we went to see Matt Smith, I mean, I think Comic-Con pays him a fee. I think Comic-Con goes, we'll pay you $5,000 to be here for the day. And his agent goes, great, we'll do it. And then you have to build on that. But I think then Comic-Con sets the price. Do you know what I mean? The organizers set the price.
So crazy. Like, I don't know. I would be like, fine, don't pay me. I'll show up, but I want to charge like this amount.
Yeah. Or like, and Warwick Davis and that would have to pay for their table. It's not like they get given the table for free. Either they get a fee for being there, or they pay for a table. They've got to make that money back. It's definitely interesting. It's different because like, I've been to a couple of wrestling shows where you've met, you know, big superstars, former superstars and stuff afterwards. And that's very different because you've paid £15 for a ticket to watch a wrestling show. And it's got local wrestlers, and then you've got a couple of big old stars or whatever. And that's how they make their money. That's how they pay for their trip to the UK, is by selling their merch at a table and stuff. But the interactions were positive. And I mean, Matt Smith, when we met those guys, that was a really, really positive interaction. Like, they were engaged, they spoke to us, they smiled at us, they talked to us.
10 seconds and like $200.
But they spoke to us, they engaged with us. I know somebody at one of these wrestling shows where the guy the guy literally didn't even smile in the picture or acknowledge him. Like, a handler did all of the conversation. And I mean, that's what I feel like people are getting more and more frustrated about, is that level of sort of just commercialism, if that be the right word. You know, people are just, but you're right, I get what you mean. If you were, you know, Kevin Smith doesn't charge for his autographs. Yeah,
like that's what I would do personally. Yeah. I mean, I'm also never going to be like that famous that anybody cares.
Right. You never know. We'll remember this. People will play this to us, right, when we're at Comic-Con in 10 years' time with like the biggest nerd podcast out there and all these big celebrity guests, and we're charging people to get pictures with us. They'll be like, "You guys said you'd never do this."
$50. If you want to take my photo, $50.
You want to take my photo? $10. Right, and the $10 is going to go to a charity. We're going to choose a charity, and that's where it's going. Okay, all we want is free tickets.
We'll split the baby. We'll do $30, and we'll go to a charity.
All goes to charity.
All goes to charity. We don't need the money.
No, we don't.
We just want the experience.
Yeah, isn't that the truth, though? Right? And any sponsors out there, just you know, we don't want the money. We just want the experience for free.
Just sponsor us for free.
Yeah. Just at this point, we take any sponsorship, so please get in touch. If your sponsorship involves 2 Reese's Pieces, I'm in.
Be careful about any sponsorship. There's some companies I would say no to.
I mean, at this point, even controversial ones would probably agree with, just for the press. Shameless whores that we are. Speaking of shameless whores...
Luch.
I did appreciate Al's message in the group chat.
Oh yeah.
He thinks he sent Luch a recommendation for a walking stick / seat. And ironically, I think Luch said yes, he would use that without having listened to the podcast at that point. So there's always that.
I also feel like Al is might have now surpassed as the #1 fan of the podcast.
Ooh, that's a sore subject.
Sorry, Kelly.
I think maybe what we need to do is start a group chat with all of us in it, and we can pair them off against each other. Or we could get them on the podcast and ask them a quiz about the podcast.
Yeah.
See who's listened and paid the most attention.
Who's the #1 fan?
Yeah, #1 fan. We could make it an annual event. We could do it for I tell you, that's what we'll do. Episode 52, we've talked about having loads of people on, special guests and all that. One of those things is going to be the quiz.
Yeah.
That's going to be a hard edit. It's going to be fun one, though. Okay. So we spoke a few weeks back about me and whether it was worth me buying the Odeon Cinema Pass. And I can say, having been back from Disney in 10 days now, that I've made this month's money already, having been to the cinema twice. I went and saw The Mandalorian and Grogu, or Star Wars: The Mandalorian and Grogu, as it's officially titled. And I've also seen Masters of the Universe. So I'm going to start with The Mandalorian and Grogu, which I actually saw second. But it was good in that it was just an extended episode. It was fun. It widened the world a little bit. You could see what they were going for. Sigourney Weaver plays an interesting character in it. We get to see sort of what the New Republic is up to and how things are going. And it sort of explores the vacuum that's left after Jabba the Hutt dies in Return of the Jedi. So the Hutts play an interesting part in it. So the general gist of it is the Mandalorian is out there being a bounty hunter, and he's working for the Republic, but he's working to track down war criminals. It's as simple as that. He's out there, he's tracking down war criminals, he's bringing them to justice. And there's one that they really, really want, and the only way to get it is to do a job for the Hutts, or the Hutt twins, as they're called. And they want to track down, they want him to rescue, Rata the Hutt, who is Jabba the Hutt's son, who was kidnapped when he was a baby or very young. And when
Somebody
Mandalorian...
had sex with Jabba?
They were forced to.
Oh.
You actually get this understanding from it that the Hutt family all live in this giant mound. And so you see lots of different Hutts taking place. But the twins at this point are leading it, and they want Rata. And you figure it out. They want Rata to kill him. They want Rata to die so they can officially take over the Hutt family because he's the heir to the throne. When we catch up with Rata, he's being used in a gladiatorial fight club, and he's about to be released from his contract, he thinks, but actually the guy that's doing it is manipulating him and is about to kill him off because he's his biggest star and he's going to make loads of money, people betting against him. And that's sort of the storyline that happens through it. Rata the Hutt is Jeremy Allen White. He does the voice, and he is very good because he speaks English. He speaks galactic basic as such, and he is absolutely jacked. Like, I didn't think you'd ever see that in a Hutt, but he is jacked.
Is Rata the Hutt not a slug-like creature?
Yep, but he is jacked.
That's maybe jacked.
So he is honestly, Google a picture.
I need to find a photo. I have to find a photo.
He is jacked. Absolutely jacked. He's a gladiator. He's a gladiator fighting his way through these different matches.
This is disgusting.
But he's actually really funny. He's a good character, and he fits really well with Grogu and the Mandalorian. Have you found it?
Yeah, it's disgusting.
I know, right? It's weird to look at.
But okay, maybe it's just a bad photo. It's ended on Reddit. But it looks very like CGI-y. It doesn't look as like realistic as Jabba.
I think they did a good job. I've got to say, the one thing that stood out to me in this was the mix of special effects and the VFX and special effects. So SFX being the real stuff and VFX being your green screen sort of stuff. I think they did a good job here. Martin Scorsese plays a chef, which I think is great because they've managed to get Martin Scorsese in a Star Wars movie. But no, it was fun. It was a long episode. It's got some good laughs, obviously based around Grogu and his experiences. And it was just an extended episode. It captured what the series was about. Did it progress anything? No. Is it just a story that we've talked about before? A contained story within the Star Wars universe? Yes. And is it fun because of that? Absolutely. It's something you could go watch and sort of throw away. The second film, or the first film that I watched, was Masters of the Universe, which, for me, as a kid who grew up in the 80s, was the number one TV show. It was something that I'm pretty sure I've got a picture of me at about 6 years old holding the power sword, which is literally the name of the sword in Masters of the Universe, and pretending to be He-Man, holding it up and hoping that I get all the power. It's 2.5 hours long, is what I'll say. It's long. But it doesn't feel long. I mean, I saw the runtime and thought, oh my God, this is going to drag. And I went in there, and if I'm being honest, I thought about the runtime more, the length of the film more in Mando and Grogu than I did in Masters of the Universe. It is fun, really fun. It is self-deprecating, as in it laughs at how basic it was. Like some of the characters, there's what's his name? There's a guy who's got a telescopic neck, and like that is literally his name. There's a guy that's Fisto, right? He's got a giant fist and he hits people. He's called Fisto. That is who the level that we're talking about. They named these toys when they came out, and then they made a TV show around them. The main character is He-Man. They make reference to this, and the idea is that Adam has been sent to Earth because Skeletor has taken over his whole world. He gets sent to Earth, but on the way there, he drops the sword and he can't find the sword. So you get this period of time where he's looking for the sword, and it shows him going through school and telling everybody this story about how he's Adam from Eternia and he's the prince, and all of these different sort of factors play into it, and nobody believes him. And he doesn't know the names of these people, so he creates these names. He creates the name of Fisto, and he creates these, like, all the names for the characters. He creates himself, and it's brilliant. So when he gets back to Eternia, you get to meet Skeletor, who is fantastic. We know what we've said about him ruining films recently. You could not tell it was Jared Leto at all in any way, shape, or form.
Really?
No. Like the CGI on it is brilliant. It's fantastic. You've got what's her face?
Acting wasn't horrible.
No. I think. Do you know why it works? Because it's meant to be campy and fun. So, I mean, it works because of that. They play to it and they laugh at themselves. Oh, sorry about me.
Yeah. I mean, decent cast.
Oh, absolutely. And Camila Mendes is fantastic. Really, really good. She's kick-ass. Idris Elba plays up to it. Alison Brie, amazing as well. Really good. She really was. Really was. I've got to say. I really, really enjoyed it. It's the new Barbie, and I'm not saying that because it's a toy thing, but it is actually, I know, right? It is actually the new Barbie because it does that where it laughs at what it should be and plays to it all. And I mean, every episode of the cartoon had a moment where somebody would say a funny joke and everybody would throw their heads back and hold their stomachs because they were laughing so hard. So there's a moment where that happens. Somebody makes a joke and that happens. There was a really bad movie made in the late 80s, with Dolph Lundgren as He-Man. And Dolph Lundgren makes an appearance in this. There's a point where Nicholas Skalitzin's in the gym working out, and he's sitting on a bench, and he's got weights in his hand, and Dolph Lundgren shows up behind him and goes, to quote, "You're in my spot." And you're just like, yes, this is it. This is what we wanted from this film. So
that sounds fun.
It's a really, honestly, it feels good. It's funny. It's not long. It laughs at itself to the point where right at the end, Camila Mendes says to Adam, she says, "So you've got all these names for us. What did you call yourself?" And he's sort of, He-Man. And you're just like, no, but it's cool the way it's delivered. And then it's got some post-credit scenes as well. One of the post-credit scenes sets up She-Ra, who is really important to He-Man, his sister, who has similar powers. So it's quite cool. So many great moments in this film. So much fun. And the fights were good. The visual effects were good. I mean, it just is a really enjoyable experience. And I can't think of a time that I've been to the cinema to see something that I've just enjoyed, and it's just made me smile and feel warm and happy. I know that will happen again later this month when Jackass 5 comes out, but I mean, it's been Jackass 4 was probably the last time I left a cinema and just felt like that. Like, it was good. But yeah, we've got, Fisto, Ram Man, Trapjaw. These are the different characters. Ram Man literally has a helmet and rams people. Trapjaw literally has a jaw that's made of metal. Mechanic, that was it. Mechanic, yeah.
Did you see the He-Man like reboot cartoon on Netflix?
So the one that Kevin Smith produced.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think I watched the first season of it because there was 2 seasons, I think.
Yeah.
Or there was 2 halves to a season, 2 halves to it, wasn't it? I watched the first half and I really enjoyed it. Again, it sort of captured that essence, but definitely played it more serious than what they play it here.
Okay.
And I think that's what makes it work, is that they don't try to take themselves too serious, and yet they still deliver a good sword and sorcery piece.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Maybe I'll have to check it out.
Maybe you will. Maybe you will.
Maybe I will.
But there we go. So, is that us for this week? It's a short episode for us.
Is there anything else I wanted to talk about? I thought there was one other thing.
Doctor Who, New Mutants, Logan, your surprise, which was the Comic-Con tickets.
That
was it. Maybe we do need Luch just to fill out that extra 10 minutes.
That's all he asked for.
His wife wishes. There we go. Well, that was episode 46 of Not Quite Nerds. Same rules apply. As always, please like and subscribe and do all of the things that you can. Share with anybody you think might listen, particularly sponsors.
Let us know if you think you're our number one fan and you want to be part of our 1-year anniversary special.
Let us know if you want to join the quiz, because we've got room. We can make this a bigger quiz if you want. We could absolutely go for it. The hardcore nerds. That's what we... what can we call it? The nerddom. The rule of nerd.
Quite nerddom.
Oh, they're not quite nerddom. There you go. We've got a quiz coming. So please, if you want to join us, let us know on socials. And once again, thank you for listening.
Go New York, go!